All right. Am I live? I think I'm live. Gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Smash Times, kind of just hanging out. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. A lot of stuff has happened in the last few weeks. You know, we just had SHOT Show. We're going to go over some of that stuff, and then we're just going to hang out tonight. I got about an hour and a half to kill, and I met someone at SHOT Show, and I'm like, you know what? You probably forgot more about 2011s than I will learn in the next couple years. And I was like, man, it sounds like a really interesting guy. I caught his live stream the other day, and I was like, man, let me get this guy on my channel. Really, really nice guy, really fascinating, good dude. And let's just get into it. I know we're live, we're just starting. There's not too many people in the chat, but they can always watch this on replay. So without further ado, let's bring on Havoc. Now, is it Havoc or Major Havoc or
Captain? Man, it doesn't matter. Major Havoc is the channel name, but most people just call me Havoc.
Nice. I'm trying to get my computer situated here. I'm having technical difficulties. It's the story of my life, folks. Story of my life. All right, I think this is good. If I'm looking down to the left, guys, it's only because that's where my screen is. I'm not trying to ignore the camera. Nice. All right, Havoc. So, man, it was great to finally meet you at SHOT. I know I've seen you in the chat a couple times, and man, it was pretty cool. We saw each other at the Atlas booth.
Yes, we did. Atlas and I think Jacob Gray, maybe.
Was it? Oh yeah, Jacob Gray also.
Yeah,
you
were over there. A big place, man.
I tell you what, they have some really cool stuff. They sent me the politest rejection letter. I got to tell you, so Jacob Gray is a 2011 manufacturer, and they've been around for a minute. And I reached out to him to maybe do some kind of collaboration or just, get a gun on T&E so I could, because I can't afford to buy one, but, a loaner would be great.
Right.
And then he sent me this extremely polite no.
So, exactly. Yeah, they're about 2.5 hours from me.
Oh, that's right, because you live up that way.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of good places real nearby. Race City Defense, 40 minutes away. Optimum and Cardinal, 45 minutes away. Jacob Gray, 2.5 hours away. Cosent Arms, 2 hours and 30 minutes away. So,
oh man, that's quite a few. Cosent, I love Greg. We'll talk about him in a minute, but let's check out the chat. Let's see who's in here. We got Thomas. What's up, buddy? Ivan, Ryan. What's going on? Haven't seen one of your videos in a while. I know, man. It's been, family's first. Family comes first. Jesus, what's up, buddy? It's always good to see you. Mike McClune, my man. Long time no see. I get that a lot. That's how you know you should make more videos. When every time you come on, people are stunned. They're like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? You're back making videos." I'm like, yeah, shit. I should do better. All right. So that's it for the chat for right now. So you live by a whole bunch of let's go all the way back to the beginning. So when Havoc was a kid, when it was baby Havoc, how did you get into guns in general? I mean, what was your first introduction to firearms?
Probably around age 7. We had those little miniature plastic army men.
Oh, I love those.
Little battle like World War II army men, little 2-inch tall with tanks and half tracks, and we had BB guns, and we'd set up battles, and we'd use BB guns to knock out the other guy's army at age 6 and 7, and then we progressed up to 22s, but found that it tore up our people too bad.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I started really young.
I remember I had in California you have alleys. A lot of cities don't have alleys.
Right.
In California we have alleys, and so the house behind me, was facing me, and I remember he had a glass door in his backyard, and I had a glass door in my backyard. And we proceeded to have a BB gun fight hiding behind a glass door.
No, that don't work too good.
No. So he won, shattered my entire door. And I was about 9 or 10. And I just remember going, man, my mom was going to kill me. Yeah. And so I made it when she got home from work. I said, oh, Mom, someone threw a rock at the back door from the alley, and it, you know, it just spiderweb shattered it. Rocks don't do that.
Yeah.
And so she called the police. The sheriff comes over and he's looking at me. He goes, "Someone threw a rock at your door?" I go, "Yes, sir." Lying my butt off, man. I was way more scared of my mom than anything else.
For sure.
Yeah, that wasn't my brightest moment as a child.
Yeah,
So you had a BB. You started with BB. So you went from
BB guns to 22s.
BB guns to 22s, and then how did your progression go? Did you shoot a lot in when you were in your teens?
Oh yeah, in the teens, and when I was out after we left California when I was probably 7.
Oh, what part?
Hayward.
Oh, Hayward's nice. That's Northern Cal.
Yeah, so in Northern Cal. I mean, I spent some time in Anaheim with my uncle for a while, but I you know, it was other than Disneyland, there was nothing there, but for me. But we moved to we went from Northern California to Oregon, and that was all, you know, just the wild west where we lived. And it was you know, we started shooting 22s and all that, and then I started you know, with handguns around 12, and got my first 1911 45 ACP for competition when I was 18.
Oh man, so that's when the sickness got you.
Oh yeah, it got me really bad really quick.
So speaking of 1911s and those types of guns, I noticed that, you know, your channel has tons of 2011 content. How did you get into 2011s?
Well, I was shooting back in the day before cell phones, before computers, before internet. I was shooting Colt Gold Cup 1911 single stack. You know, 8-round magazines back in the day, and you know, just shooting competition. And then I got hooked up with Para Ordnance around 89, if I remember right. It could have been 90, and switched to a double stack right then, because everybody thinks STI, which became Staccato, was the first double stack, but really it kind of really wasn't. You know, Para Ordnance really was, and
I remember that.
They called it wide bodies back then, wide bodies, and it was really a 1911. It was a one-piece grip and frame, wasn't modular, so it was more like a 1911 with just a wide body. So I started shooting those. And then several years into that, I switched to STI, and that's when they, you know, came out with the polymer and the 3-piece design, polymer grip, steel frame, steel slide, and that was, I guess, 92 maybe. And there's just a love affair of it, man. Just the triggers, the accuracy, the speed, and you know, and then now we're getting a little insane with the pricing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've had some of these manufacturers tell me, you know, as far as cost of materials, it doesn't cost $3,000-$4,000 to make one of these guns.
No,
you pay a pretty hefty price just for the name.
But you pay a lot for the name, and you pay a lot for, you know, some expertise in hand fitting and hand blending and slide cuts and porting, and you know, just, you know, the finished out to the nines. There's just, you know, it's still a point of diminishing returns. You know, I've got a huge collection of 2011s, and that's probably 90% of my content. But you know, I'll diversify the content. I've got every kind of gun you can think of, but you know, my passion's 1911, 2011.
You know, it's funny. I actually talked to a World War II armorer once, years and years ago. And this guy, I mean, God, he was 900 years old. He was pretty old. And he said, you know, we were talking about 1911s, and I just started getting into 1911s. It's about 15 years ago, 20 years. God dang, it's been a while. And he was telling me he would hand fit the guns together because he was putting a bunch of parts from different guns trying to make one. So you had to hand fit the 1911s back then because
that's correct.
It wouldn't work. So hand fitting was just, you would just get a whole pile of mismatched gun parts, and you'd have to hand fit to see which one would work.
Yeah, exactly. They might all be the same parts, but they're not going to fit. You know, not back then. You had to hand slide the frame and barrel. Those were your biggies, but you could make them run.
Yeah, and you know, some of the most reliable guns are the loosest.
That's right.
They kind of rattly 1911s. I mean, they just go bang every time.
If it's duty use, that's code for loose. Duty use is loose.
Oh yeah, yeah, I believe it, man. It was
They got to be
crazy.
able to run dirty. They got to be able to run dirty and run dry and in terrible conditions. So these high end Gucci 2011s that are tight fit, you can shoot a tight fit gun with the wrong oil in cold weather. We did about 4 or 5 weeks ago. It was like 25 degrees. It was choking some guns. The cold, icy weather was choking the guns because they had the wrong oil and they didn't even realize it.
No kidding.
Yeah. We had 15 2011s out there, and my 5 were the only ones that didn't choke.
What kind of lubricant do you use?
And in cold weather, I use nothing but Gun Butter Light, Lite, Gun Butter Light.
So gun butter, it's so funny you mentioned that. I hate those guys.
Yeah.
I use gun butter on everything, and I've reached out to them a million times and like, look, I just want to be able to, say I work with gun butter because I use your product all the time. I can't get a response from their marketing team, nothing. They're just ghosts. I tried to run them down at SHOT Show, but I ran out of time.
Yeah.
I think they were there.
I didn't see them at SHOT Show either.
They might have been there. So in the chat, we have Mr. H. What's up, man? If you guys have a question in the chat, especially about 2011s, I mean, this really is the guy to talk with.
One of my buddies, the tactical chef, North Carolina, he just popped in the chat. That's Chuck. You'll see him in some of my videos. Chuck helps me out a lot. I'm a one-man show, and then Chuck comes out sometimes, helps me on the weekend.
I tell you what, YouTube is hard when you do it by yourself.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It is really hard when you do it by yourself. I have my son, he holds the camera, and then we actually did a video today where I got to use my son and daughter in the video, and it was probably it's the most fun I've had on YouTube in like 2 years.
Chuck's coming to SHOT Show next year. He's going to be the cameraman for me.
Yeah, you need something.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Well, I learned a long time ago when I make videos at SHOT, nobody wants to see my ugly face in the video.
Exactly.
They see the gun, so I just try and get as close up as I can to the whatever gun I'm talking to or about, and just let whoever at the booth do all the talking. And it just, for one, they know a million times more than I do about whatever gun we're looking at, and it just seems to work out better. So
yeah.
So what was your first like real gun where you're like, man, this is a real quality gun? Well, let's start. What was your first gun that you bought yourself, and then what was your first real gun where you impressed yourself? You're like, wow, this is amazing.
The first gun I bought with my own money was lawn mowing money. It was an Ithaca lever action 22 single shot. You levered it and you put it in one at a time from the top.
Man.
I found one on Gunbroker probably about 6 months ago. It's probably a $50 rifle, but I got emotionally involved in it, so I got a $400 $50 rifle because I wasn't gonna let that son of a gun get that rifle from me, so I paid too much for it. But it's the exact, same year model, same everything I used to have. That's been gone for probably 50 years.
The guy selling it was probably scratching his head, going, "Man, what the hell? What idiot paid that much money?"
Exactly. Yeah, but I'm the idiot, and I got it, so that's the key.
That's okay. I mean, I have some sentimental value guns too.
So that was my first one, and so now I have it, and my grandson's 14. I let him shoot it, and he's like, and I explained to him why I wanted that gun, and the first thing he said was, "Well, I don't want you to go nowhere, but when you're no longer here, can this be mine?" And I'm like, "That's why I got it. Just pass it down."
Yeah,
because this is
that's what I tell people too about 2011s. Look, you can have every polymer Glock in your safe, whatever, but you're not going to hand those down to your kids.
No.
When you buy a really nice 2011, like an Atlas or even a Jacob, man, I'm going to get a Jacob Gray, even though he doesn't want to work with me. I'm going to get one. I just was really impressed with that gun. And
but they're not as big a company as people think. And so that's why I know that letter you've got, I know a lot of people who got letters like that.
But I messaged him back. I go, I got to tell you, that's the politest no I've ever gotten in this industry.
Yeah.
And we got Boss Hog in the chat. What's up, buddy? Man, Boss Hog, we need to go shoot, man. You need to come up to Copandero and we'll shoot. Let me know what your schedule is the next couple of weeks. I'm there every Saturday. Anytime you want to come shoot, bud, just hit me up on Instagram. Or if you have my number, just give me a shout. I got to tell you, man, starting YouTube for me was all about, community and giving back. And when I moved here from California, I didn't know anybody. And I know I love guns, I love cars. And that's another thing we have in common. My channel started out as a car channel.
Yeah, mine did too.
And then I found out no one gave a shit about cars. And they like guns. And I'm like, well, let's do gun stuff now. And so I turned it into a gun channel. I never looked back. And I just love it, man. It's so much fun. And through that channel, I've been able to meet so many cool people. And I always encourage everybody, like if you're watching this, even if you're watching this on replay and you're not live, if you shoot, go to the range, talk to the person next to you. What are they doing? What are they shooting? Try and make friends. I know gun people are notoriously antisocial. We want to just keep to ourselves, but man, make those relationships and just try to grow your personal network.
Oh, that's for sure.
Because there's nothing more fun than, like, me and Mike go shoot almost every single weekend. And I really look forward to that a lot. And I miss shooting with him. He just had surgery on his ankle, and he hasn't been able to shoot for a month and a half. And I know it's driving him batshit crazy.
Well, I did I've got a series that I was going to do is, shooting when you're, when you're not physically able to shoot from all the different positions and all that. I had because I used to all my racing and all that, I had a bad accident and I was in a wheelchair for about a year. So I did some I do training for people that are not able, like I can't run anymore because of my legs and all that. So I don't do USPSA anymore. But that's how I met like Chuck and Adam and all these guys through gun stores or through my channel. And like I said, they've become really good friends. We shoot at least once a week. Most those guys, still work. They're younger, so we shoot on Saturday or Sunday. And then during the week, I when I go out and do my range testing and all that. But I do different shooting classes, showing people how to shoot if you're stuck in a wheelchair or if you can't stand for very long, how to shoot from the bench, how to still be able to do competition, how to do like steel challenge or rim fire challenge or falling plates where you don't have to run A to B to C. And so I kind of do that. And I kind of wrote a whole script on it, just haven't had the time to do the filming of it yet.
Yeah, I've been looking for a new Kankel holster.
Yeah.
Oh, Tactical Chef said you're a gun guy, you're a car guy, and you're a watch guy. It's funny. Mad Mike is a gun guy, car guy, and a watch guy. I wish I could be a watch guy too. I just can't afford to get what I want. I mean, I have a couple of nice Movados and some Bulivas and nothing too crazy. No Rolex or anything like that, but I've got some pretty nice watches.
When I retired, I haven't worn a watch since I retired.
That's how it should be.
Every day Saturday.
Every day is Saturday. That's awesome. How often do you shoot per week?
This time of year, maybe 3 days a week. Normally 4 or 5.
God, dang!
I did my inventory the day after New Year's, and I went through. And Chuck can tell you this: S&B 124 is my favorite 9mm. I went through 41 cases in 2025. 35 was S&B. The other 6 was miscellaneous for my ammo tests. So I shot 1,000 rounds. Yeah.
I thought I shot a lot.
Oh,
I go through about 6,000 or 7,000 rounds a year, and for someone that doesn't shoot competition, that's a lot.
Oh, it's a lot. I used to shoot a lot more than I do now, but like I said, last year was a pretty decent year, 41,000. I try to keep it no more than about 36,000. But January, February, because of the snow and ice and the cold, we don't shoot as much.
Oh yeah, I remember I was up with Dan, the firearm guy in Michigan.
Yeah,
and he invited me up to go do some videos. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, Dan's a vet. He's been doing this a long time. Let me go see if I can learn something from a true gun YouTuber. And that guy is bananas. So we go up to his lake house up in Michigan, and he's got his guns out. And I go, we're going to do like 1 or 2 videos today. He goes, nah, we do 6. I go, 6? Holy shit. Okay. And then like a pro, he turns the camera on, picks up a gun, and just runs through his script. Doesn't miss a beat. no ums, no nothing, and just crushes it. But I will tell you, shooting sucked that day because it started to snow. And I know you've probably loaded magazines in the cold.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
Oh, it's like loading 20 ice cubes.
Yeah, and so
Ammo's cold.
Dan was like, "If you want to put the heater on in my car, you go sit in the car, you big baby." And so that's what I did.
Yeah.
It was freezing.
Well, if you're in Michigan with him and you're out of your element from California and Texas.
Oh man, yeah, because I went from an ice cold 60 in Texas to I think it was like 20 degrees or something.
Oh yeah,
freaking miserable.
Yeah, we have all 4 seasons here in North Carolina, sometimes in the same week.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
We were 7 degrees about a week ago, and tomorrow it's going to be 60.
That's bananas. So do you carry every day? What's your carry gun?
It's not a 2011 most of the time.
Well, in the chat too, if you're in the chat or you're watching this, put real quick, what is your EDC? I'm curious. Mine right now is the Echelon 4.0 comp. That's my everyday carry. I love the Echelon. I absolutely love that gun, man. It shoots so freaking good.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful. Chuck has one. I've shot his a couple times. It's got some fancy. I can't remember the name. Got a fancy metal frame on his Echelon. It is super nice.
Oh,
but I carry a P365 fuse.
Where is that? I'm giving some Echelon stuff away. Where is it? I have a trigger. I have a gold. I don't know. So Tyrant CNC is a big channel sponsor. They're really good people. I love these guys to death. Tyrant has really, really treated me well. And they sent me a whole gaggle of Echelon parts for the Echelon. This is an extended slide release. But I have a trigger over here. I have a gold trigger. What did I do with it? Anyway, I'll be giving away one of their triggers soon, which is a pain in the balls to install. But I did it, but it only took me 45 minutes. The guy on YouTube did it in about 3 seconds. I couldn't get that stupid trigger spring freaking done.
Yeah.
And man, I was going nuts, man. I
can't with my arthritis and poor vision. I those tiny springs. I can't do it.
But we're actually doing quite a few giveaways on the channel coming up. Like I got the Tyrant designs. I got some optics coming up. I have man.
What optics are you doing now?
I'm a real big fan of Siley. I picked up from SHOT Show. I picked up some Mepo lights.
Yeah, Mepro.
And, Viridian. I got a couple of Viridians.
Yeah, Mepro is an Israeli company. That's a good optic.
Yeah, and really impressed with their stuff. And then SHOT Show for me this year was incredible. I have enough content coming my way. I don't need to buy a thing for a long time. I picked up 4 guns already. I've got a couple more coming hopefully soon. And I'm good. SHOT Show was very good to me. I'm super blessed. I'm very grateful because without the channel supporters, I couldn't do this, man. I couldn't do this on my own. My wife would kill me if I spent money on all this extra stuff.
Exactly.
I'm going to do a video next year of what knee pads YouTubers need to bring for SHOT Show.
That would be good.
Because guys, in case you guys don't know, so SHOT Show is a lot of fun. It's kind of a big party. It's a necessary evil. There's a lot of chatter online about how SHOT Show is run its course, but it's complete hogwash. SHOT Show is a necessary evil. It's so much fun. And, a lot of people, I mean, that's how you get your name out there. You get your face out there. And, a lot of these people, they just kind of know you're alive. And then, if you strike up a pretty good friendship and they want to help support your channel, they'll send you some stuff to review. Sometimes it's free. Sometimes it's at a discount, but, everything helps. And, man, it's just good stuff. So SHOT Show is fantastic. And I was watching your live the other day, and I think you said that was your second or third SHOT Show.
It was my first one with the media.
Okay.
Very first time I ever had a media pass. The last time I went was several years ago, and it was just helping out at a booth,
Okay.
just where somebody else got me a pass, to go with them. But this was the very first time I had, basically my own agenda, to meet and greet and see folks and go look at guns and do my research and all that. So
I'll tell you what, it's way more fun going as a spectator.
Yeah. I was kind of half and half, this time I was taking it in as a spectator. Then I had to meet a couple different folks that knew I was out there. That's why you saw me at the Atlas booth, because Atlas shared their booth with Cardinal, with Race City, with Dark Forge.
I was going to say their booth this year, last year it was a small little 10x10. This year it was a pretty good location and a bigger booth. So
bigger booth, because last year they were in a little tiny corner, kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
And this year was a big booth, and they had the parts on one side, Perfect Zero, with that big table with their new parts company, Perfect Zero. Then they had their guns, and then they had that display in the front where all the other guns were there. They let each of the other manufacturers that work with them, have 4 hours each day. So that's why you saw Alpha American, CNC gun.
Oh, so in the Atlas booth there was a little box where it looked like it was a 2011 parts kit that you could put together. Is that something Atlas is selling?
That's called the 2011 Builders Kit. That's a complete gun in the box.
That's everything, right?
It's everything except the finish work. The slide is what they call a bald tri-top slide. There's no serrations, but you can build the gun and shoot it like that. It'd just be a little slippery. It has a grip. Has a grip and everything. It has the Atlas grip. Sear disconnector, everything. It's a whole kit.
What was the price on that? Did you catch it?
That was called the level 3. They have 1, 2, and 3. That was the most complete you could get. And I think when you go to their website, it's under Perfect Zero. It was like, I think $23.95. Could have been $22.95.
Holy shit, that's a bargain.
Right. And the thing is, did you check the slide and frame? It's pre-fit.
No, I did not. I had food poisoning really bad that day. And I don't know if you could tell I was sweating like crazy, but
you sure it wasn't alcohol poisoning?
No, I don't drink a shot usually. Not this time.
Not this
I
time.
learned my lesson. This is number 6 for me. So my first couple shots, I got a little rambunctious.
Yeah.
That's number 5. My first 2 shots, I got a little carried away with the alcohol, but not this time. But yeah, man, I ate something that night and it was just tearing me up, and I could not. I was sweating.
Yeah,
it was bad. It was a bad day.
Yeah, so yeah, it's pre-fit. The barrel is not drop-in. You've got to do a little bit of barrel fitting, but the slide to frame is as good as any $3,000 to $5,000 2011. It's so right out of the box.
That is wild, because if it's $2,300, I have a million. I got a guy up here in Conroe, JP Customs, that is incredible.
Yeah,
I'm sure he wouldn't charge too much to put it together and tune it a little bit. And then I'm really good friends with Armed Concepts in Houston, and they do a incredible amount of Cerakote work for a lot of big companies, huge companies.
I mean, you could get in that gun for, let's say,
like $3,200. You could have a gun.
Yeah, probably 32 to 33. I mean, you can get a few little serrations cut on the slide. It's already optic cut already. So, depends on if you went full DLC, PVD, and all that, you might have 35 in it. But it would be a gun that would be equal to like a $5,000 pistol, easy. Because you're taking out the middleman and a lot of labor.
That would be pretty slick. That'd make a hell of a video.
But shouldn't that tell you what 2011s really should cost?
Oh, no. I know. I had one actually come clean with me and tell me straight up. And it was one of the big 5.
Yeah.
And he told me straight up what they really cost. Because we'll talk off air.
Yeah.
It blows me away. It's quite a bit. So how long have you been doing YouTube? About 2 years now?
The channel started with the race cars like a long time ago, but I think I just had my 2nd anniversary the first week of January. So
nice. How long did it take you to get monetized?
I don't know. What's that mean?
You're not monetized yet?
Well, it shows something, but it says something. I got to do something to get something. You know, you got to finish something about an AdSense or whatever. I don't know about all that. I didn't much worry about that at this point.
What? If you
Yeah.
don't put ads on your videos, YouTube's not going to push it out.
How do you do that? I don't even know nothing about that. I just take an iPhone, go film some stuff, and just goof off, man. Yeah.
I tell you what,
it's
all
about
you
the
do
gun.
is the AdSense thing comes up and you just fill it out the paperwork, and then it's really easy and fast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Yeah, to me, it's about the guns, man. I just love the guns, you know. And I
That's
like
what
to
it's all about. Some
I
people
like
take
to teach
YouTube.
about them, you know.
I know people that have gotten divorced over YouTube.
Yeah,
I know people that put it in front of their family and their wives.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, man.
yeah.
It's fun. It's not worth it though.
Yeah, I just like I do a lot of I thought more about the podcast format, Q&A and stuff like that. I'm just I just like to just share the knowledge and share the guns. Like we'll go out to the range on one of our weekends. Between Chuck and I always carry 7 2011s when we go to the range, 7 different ones. We have the same case, so his holds 7, mine holds 7. Adam brings about 7 to 10. So just if there's only 3 of us there, we'll have at least 25 2011s, and we have people stop by our bay. I have a it's not really my bay, but everybody knows that's I'm going to be there, and they'll stop by USPSA. I'll have 100 shooters. When they're taking breaks, they'll come over there and see what we've got, so they can see the newest and the funnest stuff to play with. So it's all about that's camaraderie. It's the fellowship. It's part of the community.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you were saying earlier is just, it can be kind of an isolated thing. When you're in competition, you're in the zone. Like when I used to compete, I was probably an asshole because I didn't communicate. I mean, I was focused, and that's when I say probably, I mean, definitely, but
that's funny.
But that's
we have Vanessa Kitty in the chat. How are you doing, Vanessa? Longtime subscriber. Really appreciate you coming and hanging out with us today. Hold on. There's something I wanted to do. And here it is. All right. Here's your Instagram. You look a little tech savvy. You got your Instagram on here. You got your links up. Did you do all this yourself?
Yeah. Well, my 14-year-old helped me. He's like your son with his channel. He just got to 1,000 subscribers a month ago, didn't he?
Yeah, my son, he just got monetized for his YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that.
And his he's doing Legos, and he's having so much fun.
Yeah, my grandson's 14, and he knows more about this stuff than I do.
Well, the thing is too, it's like I told him too. I was like, look, I mean, he dang near made $100 already on his YouTube channel.
Whoa.
And I'm like, God, this kid is crushing it. And he's like, oh, I'm just kind of doing it. I'm like, man, so everything he gets from YouTube, we're going to put in the bank.
Yep.
And, making a couple $100 a month, maybe doing YouTube. It's not bad for a 13-year-old kid.
That's cool. That's cool.
You'd be able to buy more than a shitbox car when he gets in high school.
Exactly.
So Major Havoc Gun Reviews is his YouTube channel. I just put a link to his channel in the chat, guys. Please like and subscribe. Even though he doesn't care about that, like and subscribe to his channel. And let's see if we get him some more views and all that. And I like his honest, down to earth approach to your videos. It's just one guy chopping it up, talking to the camera, and I dig it, man. I really dig it.
Man, I appreciate that. We try pretty hard to get good stuff on there. I got a couple in I picked up today. I'll be testing tomorrow because it's going to be 60 degrees here. So good, because I don't do the indoor stuff. I have trouble with the indoor stuff. They get finicky about you can't draw from a holster, you can't shoot fast.
Oh, you're going to the wrong indoor range.
Exactly. Yeah, I saw there where you go. You can kind of get there early or late, stay late, and do some.
Well, I go to Copandero Indoor Gun Range here, and it's about 15 minutes from the house. And if I get there and they know I'm going to be doing a little bit of videoing, they'll actually set aside the whole bay for me, all 6 lanes.
Cool.
And if it's more than 3 or 4 people, they'll keep them in one side. But if it gets crowded, then they'll move people over. But I can't tell you how good they are to me. And it's more of a country club because It's a really nice indoor range, and then they have a 100-yard range on one side. It goes all the way up to 100 yards. There's 5 bays. Then
Cool.
upstairs, there's a lounge with a full bar, pool table, and they throw this Thursday. They're doing a date night where you can bring your wife. Get this. This is my, and it's actually my wedding anniversary too. So I'm taking my wife shooting. So for $150, they do about 30 minutes of instruction. They get all these couples together. They give you 2 boxes of ammo. You go downstairs, and every lane has 2 or 3 guns lined up. You load what you want to shoot. You shoot it. You put it down. Then you go upstairs, and we've been to the bourbon tasting. We've been to the wine tasting. We've been to the tequila tasting, which was incredible. And they serve food and alcohol, and it's about 3.5 hours. It's such a cheap date night. I love it.
Wow.
$150 for alcohol, shooting, and gun. And it's my favorite things in the world.
Oh man, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So this Thursday they're having another one, and they're doing an Italian, so it's going to be a wine tasting. I like wine, I guess. I'll drink it.
Yeah. If you're forced to.
If I'm forced to, it's not so bad.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
so bad. So you've been doing YouTube about 2 years, and it is very hard to do solo.
Yeah, but that way, I just, I like just the gun itself and looking at the features, talking about what it does, and then doing the demonstrations, and with the 2011, there's only, you would think there's only so much you can do, but there is a whole lot, of creativity these days with the the different slide cuts, the different porting, and the hybrid porting, island barrels, all these different things. And it's just, they all do shoot different, I mean,
Yeah, they do.
And sometimes you have to have them side by side to really be able to tell the difference. There is a point of diminishing return on money spent, as well as, performance improvements. It gets they both kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. We got Vanessa Kitty. She found a giant Lego crane that works with RC. That's dangerous. Andrew Conrad, what's up, my man from sunny Florida? What's going on? They have one season in Florida. It's called Fun.
Yes, sir.
And then Vanessa said there's a 24-hour indoor range. I'm considering joining at some point to use the range. It is nice to use it anytime you want. And what's great too is the air at the higher end gun ranges. Like Copandero is only 2 years old, so their AC system will cost almost as much as the whole range because it's so high tech, and it cycles out the air. You never leave smelling like gunpowder, and the lighting is really good. You can video there and they're super cool. As long as you know what you're doing, the RSOs are extremely polite. You can draw from the holster. You can, they're strict on their rules, but they're super polite about it. As long as you're not an idiot, you're not handing guns, pointing at people. They're very cool, but it's a very safe range to go to.
I was at Myrtle Beach this past summer, and they have an indoor range at Palmetto State Armory. Really, really nice. I tell you what, it's August and it's 105 outside, and I needed a parka inside that range. It was so damn cold.
I like that though.
It's only like 3 years old, maybe, and it's they have the air, the exchangers, the filtration system. I mean, it was probably the nicest air and climate at an indoor range I've ever been to.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about SHOT Show, because that's really. I was like, man, I want to hear your opinion on SHOT Show. I want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's start with the good. What did you see at SHOT Show that you were like, this is pretty cool? Did you see anything that made you kind of stop in your tracks and you're like, this is all right?
There was a pistol, and I put a little short, like a 60-second short, because it was, I didn't have a cameraman and all. I was trying to do my own thing and also just take it all in. I just did a bunch of just shorts of, each of the pistols. My last live was like the top 20 or 25. It was this was under innovation in my mind. It was that Zermatt Arms, that Waltz 9. Did you see it? Mm-mm. It's a Striker fired 2011.
What?
Listen, when they told me this, everybody's like, so I'm good friends with Jeff at the Weapon Collective. He said, "If you saw the Waltz 9," I said, "What the hell's that?" He said, "It's a Striker Fire 2011." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, a straight flat trigger, total pull, just like a 20." I said, "No way, no hinge, no nothing." He said, "No." I said, "No internal hammer." He said, "Nope, Striker Fire." I said, "Where is it?" He told me where it was. I had the little scooter, man. I'm like, I beeline to the next convention hall. And I went and saw that gun. It was amazing. And so when I got there, they really weren't that busy. I grabbed it. Got out and went to the table. I said, "You know why I'm here?" He said, "Yes, I do." And he just handed it to me.
Yeah.
Right. And then the next thing I did is I just disassembled it right there on the table. The guy's just looking at me like, "What are you doing to my gun?" I said, "I'm looking inside." And he said, "Okay." Yeah, he said, "Evidently, you've handled a gun before, because I had it field stripped like in 15 seconds. He's like, and he was impressed. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, then I started asking him, "Tell me about this gun. Tell me about this. Tell me about this." And they were just so cool about that. But yeah, a Striker fired 2011. It's called the Waltz, WALTZ 9 by Zermatt Arms. Be out.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to check that out. I missed quite a bit.
Well, I did there's like a 58-second video I did on it. I did Instagram and then turned it into, I did on Instagram for the music. Then I transferred over to a YouTube short. And it's like less than 1 minute because of the copyright on YouTube for the music. So I stay under 1 minute. And so I can do an Instagram, which is easy to work with, and just zap it over as a YouTube short.
Yeah. Oh, we got Andrew Conrad. He's in YouTube jail. Got 2 videos removed for violating community standards last week. Total BS. Yeah, that's something I deal with quite a bit. I get videos from like 3-4 years ago dinged, which is silly to me.
I had that happen on an old one, and I just protested it. I said, "You're wrong," and they put it back up.
Well, I pick my battles. Knock on wood, YouTube's been very green heavy with me lately. They've been green lighting my videos, so I don't want to poke the bear.
Yeah,
I love YouTube. They're amazing. It's my
Yeah.
favorite company ever.
Exactly. And they're not strict or anti-gun.
Now, did you see the Ride Out Arsenal Dragon?
Yes, that was the number 2 for innovation for me.
I saw that and I was like, what the hell are these guys smoking? If you guys don't know what it is,
it's ugly as shit.
I don't know. It's something that I think will grow on you.
No way. I mean, a fungus will grow on you.
So Ride Out Arsenal Dragon. If you got a chance, open a window, guys, and check out this gun. It's super low bore axis. It's like everything the Alien should have been.
Yeah.
Because the Alien, even though it shoots incredible, it gets hot. 2 magazines, you're burning your hand. 3-4 magazines, you got to put it down. You can't pick it up. It's too hot. I think this Ride Out, the way it's all open, should solve a lot of that issue.
Do you see how big it is on the front end, though?
I love it.
No, you don't.
I freaking love it, man. Well, I drive a Honda Ridgeline. That's my daily truck. So I like ugly, stupid things.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, brother.
It's different, man. I dig it. It's my kind of stupid. I kind of like it, man.
I'd say, though, it's bound to shoot really good with that bore axis right at your trigger finger. I mean,
yeah, well, PewView, I just found out PewView did a video on it not too long ago, even though he doesn't like me very much. Long story. He did a video. The guy is an amazing shot, and he did a video on it, and he had like I guess like a rough draft version, and he did his video like 6-7 months ago.
Yeah, he had a prototype, I think.
A prototype, yeah, and wow, that thing looks like it shoots like a dream. Zero recoil, man. No muzzle rise at all.
Well, when Nick shoots a gun, it doesn't have as much muzzle rise anyway,
Yeah, he does make it look super easy.
He's got that left hand forward unconventional grip, and he's mastered it. There's no doubt.
All right, so what besides a gun did you see that you thought was cool? Any accessories?
Oh, well, I like that armored personnel carrier they had.
I think there was 2. There was 2.
The one that was the Humvee based one. That one, the big Humvee AP armor personnel. That was, that looked like that'd be a cool range vehicle for us around here. It was, kind of impressed
8
me.
gallons, $8, 8 miles per gallon.
Yeah, exactly. Or 8 gallons a mile. You never know.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
there's
how
a
my race
couple. There
car
was a
was.
few there that were pretty monstrous.
Yeah, yeah. My race car
But
was.
besides that, what gun
I tell you what,
accessories?
I went to the I had a couple meetings with some optics folks, and I actually I take a lot of heat because I'll run I say on my channel and at the range, I do not allow optic shaming or flashlight shaming. You know, if I don't care what kind of gun you have, whether it's a $500 Glock or a $10,000 Infinity, I don't care what you have. You choose the optic you want and the light you want. I don't shame you if you come up, like some folks, if you showed up, like I know you like Siley optics, and I have several and I've enjoyed them. If you were to put a Siley on a $6,600 Atlas Apollo, somebody would snub you.
I wouldn't do that.
I know. You wouldn't put it on there, or you wouldn't snub somebody.
I wouldn't put it on there.
Yeah. See, I think to me, when you get my
it'd have to be a heck of a Siley. Actually, I take that back. I'm putting a Siley right now. I have the Lock V9 from Masterpiece.
Right. That's a good gun. I love that gun.
I'm putting a Siley on it right now just because it matches the paint and I think it looks cool.
Which Siley though?
It looks like the SRO.
Oh, that's called the Chameleon.
I think it's the new one. They just came out with it not too long ago.
Yeah, there was a Chameleon. It's got a big round window.
Yeah.
And it has a little overhang just like an SRO.
Yeah. I think it looks bad mamma jamma. I think it looks cool. So that gun, I'll post some videos of that tomorrow when I put the optic on.
Yeah. I have that optic. See, I believe
so let's talk about optics. So optics to me is like, look, I wish I could put an SRO on everything I own. I just can't afford it. And I tell you what, I've had a Trijicon die on me immediately. The RMR. I had one die first day. It was a fluke. I've never had a Siley die on me. Ever. I've never had a Siley lose zero. They just work and they're cheap.
The optic you're talking about.
They're not an expensive red dot and they just work.
I had that one where we were shooting against the sun, Chuck and I one day, and I had that exact Siley, and the optic was fine. Just with my stigmatism eyes, we were shooting into the sun against a red dirt bank, and the red dot I was losing the dot. I called Siley and I emailed them, and 3 days later, that exact optic with a green dot shows up, and they said, "Here, see if this works better for you."
That's hella good customer service right there.
Oh, it was, because I had done some videos for them, but that's all. And they just sent me that green one, and they said, "Look, we're working on the red for to get more intensity." But that to me, that sold me right there because and it wasn't the optic because everybody else could see it. I just couldn't. So that's why.
Let me ask you a question. Since you're kind of an old timer, did you fight the red dot revolution at first?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Everybody's.
You know what? This gives a lot of character to Havoc right now because a lot of people will deny it and they'll nah. I fought it too.
I was slower.
2 months.
I was slower with a red dot when I first switched to red dots because I'd come up out of the holster and I go, "Holy shit!" And I was moving my head and I was moving the gun, and I'm like, and I'd go right back to iron sights. I fought it. And they do bill drills, and I was way faster with iron sights.
Right.
Just so much better. Because if you shot iron sights for 45 years, and all of a sudden you switch to a red dot, it is different. Now I couldn't shoot without them.
It makes you a little lazy. It does, and it's nice that I can shoot with irons. I can't shoot accurate past 25 yards.
Yeah.
But with the red dot, I'm on the money, and it's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, I love the red dot, but and I've got red dots, green dots, whatever optic. That's whatever I can see the best that I like on that gun is what I run, as long as it holds up, doesn't wash out, and doesn't lose zero.
Right. Oh, Vanessa Kitty in the chat says I can see way better. I can see green way better than red.
Me too, because I have astigmatism, so they say.
Those first few months are rough when you switch to it. It's same thing. I'll do you one better. Just so I have decided I'm going to shoot in a competition this year. I don't know what yet. So I did my first video, and I'm going through the 4 stages right now of learning. So they call it the 4 stages. So you're unconsciously incompetent because you don't know how much you don't know.
Right.
Then you become conscious incompetent because now you don't know shit. Then you become consciously competent, but you're really focusing and training hard on it. Then you become unconsciously competent, and then you just know. It's like driving a car.
Exactly.
So my first video, even just taking it from a holster, which I've never really drawn a lot from a holster, especially like for time and speed and all that, just getting that green dot, I was like, man, I was struggling a little bit. It was a reality check. But
well, let me tell you this.
Learning how to shoot all over again.
If you since you shoot indoors, you don't do this a lot. We shoot a lot of steel, and so with my crowd, middle of last year, I just told them, I said, look, we're shooting way too much steel, and it's really good for the YouTube channel. It's really good for the audience because they can be interactive. You can hear the rings and you can see the hits. And, it is automatic feedback. And for the camera, paper is boring. But I told Chuck and Adam and the guys that I shoot with, I said, look, every time we go out and do a video, when I'm doing a video, and then we stop the camera, we just have some fun. Because I believe every time we go to the range, it shouldn't be about work. It should be also fun. And I enjoy the work part myself. But we got to shoot paper because the score matters, accuracy matters, your group size matters, and drawing, when you switch to a red dot, drawing and acquiring that dot, that first shot accuracy and speed is so important, and that's where the learning curve is.
100%.
So if you're going to shoot, you should do 50 reps of 50. Take one box of ammo and just do a one shot, one draw drill. Now, and your forearm's going to get a little sore after that, especially if you're a lock V1.
Come on, I was a high school boy. My forearm is plenty strong.
Yeah, you're going to be sore. So
I'm kidding. Kidding, folks. Sorry, Vanessa.
Yeah, 50,
he's probably like, what a loser.
Do reps 50. So just because steel will make you lazy, you got to shoot paper. You got to shoot for groups.
Yeah, it's 100% true. So did you have any disappointing things happen at a shot? We're like, this kind of sucks.
No, actually, I didn't, because I was just so busy with some of the new releases where I was going around and making the rounds. And so I was just kind of focused on that. I put that little app on my phone, so I knew everywhere I was supposed to go, and I had a little note card with me. So, I mean, I was just making the beelines to see the people I had to check off the list, and then, I didn't really find anything, but last time I was in Vegas, things were cheap. Now you can't, nothing's cheap in Vegas as far as, they charge you for your accommodations nowadays, where I used to stay for free. They used to get a steak breakfast for $3. Now it's, you can't even have lunch for less than 30 or 40.
So, man, let me tell you. So the media room. So when you go to SHOT Show and you're part of the media, they do like a little crappy breakfast in the morning. I mean, it's fantastic. But they do have a lot of sodas out. So I fill up my backpack full of a couple soda pops because I'm not paying. Well, actually, I take that back. The second day of SHOT, I paid $34 for 3 Snickers and 3 sodas.
What?
Yeah, for me and my 2 friends. 3 Snickers, 3 sodas, $34.
So, I was riding around that little cart on those last few days. I pulled up at the Caesars out.
Oh, by the way, when you ride that cart, you're super popular with everyone at SHOT.
Yeah, I had no troubles. I had no troubles.
They're all like, who's this guy? As long as you don't try and park it like in the middle of the row or something.
Yeah. So I stopped at Caesars outside of Atlas booth. They had one of those little concession areas. A grilled chicken Caesar wrap, just a little wrap sandwich, cold, and a can of Diet Coke was $36.
Oh, man. Did they give you a jar of Vaseline with that? Because probably needed it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm like, this is man. I mean, if I hadn't been hungry,
no, it's funny. Let's talk about guns that disappoint. This is something I want to talk about, especially with 2011s. So me and Mike and another friend of mine were all at the range one day, and we all had a bunch of pistols.
Right.
And he pulls out 2. He had his Voodoo Priest.
Right.
And he had his Infinity that he had custom made.
Right.
And let me tell you, I had my Atlas and a Masterpiece, and Mike had a billion guns. Mike has everything. And the worst shooting gun out of the entire group was the Infinity.
Huh.
It was absolute. I mean, I thought for sure the optic must be off. And I checked it and it was good. And I'm like, what is going on? So the Atlas group like this,
Right?
Voodoo Priest outshot everything we had on the bench that entire day. It was incredibly tight, incredibly accurate. And Voodoo Priest is only about $3,400. Relatively speaking, it's one of the cheapest guns. The Infinity was the most expensive, and it was the worst shooting. And we're all running SROs.
Right.
And that gun was the most disappointing gun I've ever shot that I was so excited to shoot. And this happened last year, January of last year, right before the shot last year. And me and Mike were just standing back and we shot it and we're like, damn, do you want to tell this guy his gun's a piece of shit? Because I don't.
Yeah, exactly. No, well, some things are safe queens, they say. I don't know.
Not even a safe queen, but God.
The only Infinities I've shot are the ported island barrel ones. And I haven't had
this one wasn't an island barrel, but it was super fancy.
Oh, they're all fancy.
What maker does the 1911 collection? They do 6 a year, and there's a wait list. They're super expensive, like $100,000 for all 6.
Oh, that's he just came out with a drop.
He has a new 2011. It came out last year.
Well, Jesse James does that.
No, it's not Jesse James. It's that they made that one grip that was made out of meteorite or something.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
I don't know. I saw that.
Speaking of Mad Mike, I was just talking about you, man. I was telling Havoc here about when we shot that Infinity, and it was a piece of shit. And we were like, this gun's terrible. And the gun that ran circles, and look, it ran circles around everything we all had in our bags that day was that Voodoo Priest. That was such an impressive, it was an incredible gun.
What I tell everybody though, that most of these guns, when you get up to the ones that are at least hand fit, that around that $3,000 mark and up, the mechanical accuracy of those guns far exceeds most of the shooters. So it's all about finding the right ammo and having the optic dialed in for the given distance. And if it's not grouping, most of the time it's not the gun. I find it's going to be the ammo or the shooter. But they all can. But I've seen some. You put the wrong ammo in them, and it looks like a shotgun blast instead of a pistol group. You just never know. That's what's
Cabot guns. Cabot guns. Thank you, Cabot. Jim.
Yeah.
So I shot that 2011. They need to stay in their lane.
Cabot still has.
I think they're so used to people never shooting their guns because they're too expensive and too pretty that they forgot that they're still a gun and it's a tool. Because that 2011 they came out with last year was trash. It wasn't trash, but it was underwhelming. It was just boring to look at, and it shot like.
Was it called the Insurrection?
Yeah,
the Insurrection.
It was okay, but I don't think it was near worth what they were asking for it. Which was, I think they were asking $5,500, but that's way too expensive for that gun.
Oh, I thought it was more than that. Yeah, I thought it was more than that.
When the Insurrection came out, I think it was around 55 or something. I know it was actually relatively inexpensive compared to everything else in the case it was with.
Really?
But it was me.
Well, what do you think about some of these expensive guns with bushing barrels versus bull barrels? What's your thought on that?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't have a dog in that fight. It doesn't matter to me. I'm more interested in the feel of the gun and just the tightness of it. Like if it's really tight, if I can wiggle it and there's not a wiggle or a whisper, that's got me every time.
So if I remember right, do you had or do you still have that Atlas Titan?
Yes, I do. That's my absolute favorite gun I own.
That's my favorite Atlas of all time. I'm on my second one. I wore out.
Don't say that, because look, Mike in the chat, that's the only Atlas he doesn't own, and I think he didn't buy it just because I have one.
Right.
But
Hey,
man, I dig it. See, now Mike's gonna order one right now. I know.
did you see the new V3, the V3 enhancements they did to the whole product line?
No,
Atlas.
no.
Yeah, that's when you were a little under the weather that day, I think.
I was just, I couldn't even think
Yeah,
that day.
I interviewed one of their guys. It's maybe a 3-minute video going over what the V3 enhancements were to the whole product line, and I really like the slight nuances they did to their grip. Much better. The Titan just made it even feel a little more streamlined. It's my favorite because that's it's what I started with, and I got the Titan when it was the version 1 before it was even optic cut, back when I was shooting irons.
Oh, that's back when it was like $3,500.
Yeah, I think it might have been that much. Might have been 34, 33, I don't know. But that one right there, I put like 150,000 rounds on that gun. And so
I put no bullshit, as not a competition shooter. I put at least 15,000 rounds for that gun, because every time I go by myself, I'll bring 5 or 6 boxes where's my 2A warehouse can? Forgot my product placement, folks. I usually have a 2A warehouse that holds 500 rounds.
yeah,
I'll sit there and burn through one of those easily in a day, just shooting by myself, just because Copandero is just right here.
yeah.
And if I go shoot just for fun, I take the Titan every time. It makes me feel like I'm an amazing shot.
I do. I love that gun. I'm on the second one. Like I said, the first one was not optic ready, and I put about 150,000 rounds on it. And then when I got the new V2, which is the red dot ready one, the RDS with the plate, and I tell you what, that's my go-to Atlas. I've shot them all in open class. I had a Chaos at one time, and sold it for more than I paid for it after it was half wore out, and because they don't make them anymore.
That Chaos is hard to get. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting an Athena.
Yeah, I like the one they discontinued. I asked them to bring it back over at SHOT Show. That was the
flush fit, the small one.
No, I don't like the EOS. I don't like the small one.
I know it. I have an EOS. Well, I had. Yeah. Well, that's a touchy subject, but I have an EOS, and I'm not a huge fan. I think the grip is too slippery on it. I love an aggressive grip.
Yeah, and it's I would re-grip it. I'd put an alpha grip on it. If I was going to if I would have kept it.
Mike in the chat says, I'm disappointed in my Terran Tactical Sand Viper. And you know what? That sucks, because I know Mike, when he ordered it, he was so excited to get it. And when he shot it, I know he wanted to be way more excited about it, but there's no forgiveness in that gun.
Yeah.
It's fast. And if you're not 100%, it's all over the place.
Yeah. See, the thing is, to me, it's what I call whippy. It has a little wobble and a bobble. It's so fast, but it wobbles and bobbles, and I just don't track well with it either.
Yeah, I can't shoot it worth a dang.
No, I can take a non-ported Titan and outrun it. It's just the way it is. You get used to what you get used to.
Jordan Willett, welcome to the chat, buddy. He said, "Did you buy a Glock Gen 6?" No, but I actually did a quick little video on one, and it feels better than the old Glock, I guess. But for me, a Glock is a Glock, man. And I know they have a rabid following, but I'm just not into that gun.
Yeah, the Gen 6, like the 19X, still has no forward serrations, but the 45 does have serrations. Which is the same gun in black. If I was going to get a Gen 6, it'd be that Glock 45, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mr. C6 Ladez here, he's probably going to order a Titan. That's the only one he doesn't have.
Well, I tell you what, there's absolutely no reason not to have one. I mean, to me, there's absolutely no reason.
You're not helping at all.
Oh, well, it is. I've seen Mike shoot. He can shoot that. He can handle that big Titan.
He's probably like, only a loser wouldn't have a Titan.
Exactly.
Jeez, what are you, a man or a mouse?
Everybody says it's too big and bulky. It's not.
I love it. I love it.
It's a full 5-inch beast. You'll love it.
Yeah, I got it because the guy, when I was talking to Atlas the first time, he goes, look, pound for pound, just as much work goes into a Titan than these other guns, and it's still bang for your buck, the best deal you'll get on a Atlas gun is the Titan. It shoots just as good, if not better, than most of the Titan. I mean, most of the Atlas guns, and it's just a great gun.
Yeah, it is.
So, out of all of your guns, all right, let's do the fire check. All right, house is on fire. You're on your scooter. You're getting out of your house. What do you
Right.
grab? You only get one gun.
Oh, only one?
You can only take one with you.
Like not for the apocalypse, just because my house is on fire.
Just because, look, man, you only got time to grab one.
I'm taking my Hayes ported island barrel.
Hayes ported underbarrel.
Island barrel.
Island barrel.
Yep, the Hayes.
What's the MSRP on one of those?
Like, I think they went up to like 83, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the gun you shoot the best?
Oh, it's the gun that is the best. It's a
Now
laser.
that's a bold statement there,
It's
buddy.
a laser beam.
That's a mighty. We're gonna have to do a Pepsi challenge.
Oh yeah, it'll shoot Pepsi bottle caps, buddy. The whole mag right on the bottle cap.
The Hayes Custom Island Barrel. You saying because you shot? Forget me if I'm wrong, but you shot just about every single 2011 on the market.
I'd say 97% of them probably. Yeah.
And that Hayes Custom Island Barrel.
Yep.
Hands down.
Because it's not the prettiest. It's not got the cool Art Deco slide cuts. It doesn't got some of this crazy hybrid porting, but it's just everything about it. It's not even built on a computer CNC machine. It's all hand done on old Bridgeport, all done by it. It's an absolute mechanical masterpiece. It's not a safe queen. It's not like the most beautiful Art Deco piece of tooling. It is a true, honest to goodness workhorse that is as smooth, as effortless, as flat, as accurate as it's anything could possibly be.
What's the wait time to get one of these?
25 months.
Oh,
yeah, you won't get one unless you luck out. Yeah, and they immediately get bought, and then they go up on GunBroker for like a $5,000 to $10,000 profit.
Are you serious?
Yep. I wouldn't pay that, but
So if you want one, you got to shell out the big bucks for it,
or just wait 25 months.
That's 2 years.
I know. I mean, it's like a Venom custom or a Rafferty,
But you're saying that so you have one.
Oh yeah, that's like I said, it's in the safe.
How often do you shoot it?
Probably about every other month.
So if I come up to North Carolina, we can go shoot it.
Oh yeah. I tell you what. I tell you what. I don't.
No, don't say that, because the last guy that said come shoot with me, I drove to Michigan from Houston.
Hey man, some of my guns, half the rounds that are through them were not me shooting. Is somebody come up and say, "Hey, let me try this one." My berm or whatever, my bay, like Chuck said in the chat, they call it my bay. That's the demo bay, man. You want to come up and shoot some? Just all I say is bring ammo, and not. There's 2 brands of ammo I will not allow in any of my guns.
What's that?
Monarch or Magtech. They start with an M. Monarch or Magtech. You can't shoot them in my guns.
I only buy 10 millimeter Magtech because it's cheap.
Yeah. Well, I don't run cheap ammo.
I'm Mr. 124 here.
Yeah, because the thing is, these some of these guns can be ammo sensitive, if they're out of spec. And when I measure them and spec them, I have a higher percentage of Magtech and Monarch are out of spec on the overall length, or they won't go in the go no go gauge or something like that. So it's rather just to worry about it, just don't even use it.
Yeah, I heard a little birdie told me that the SIG GTO won't shoot 115 well at all. It'll jam nonstop. It has to be 124.
It was designed for 124. I don't know what it will not shoot.
He said he shot a few of them, and they all give 115 a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, a lot of guns actually. A lot of guns give 115 doesn't work in them sometimes. I run 124s and 147s most.
I think I shoot 124. Mike shoots nothing but 124. He won't let any peasant 115 touch his guns.
Yeah. I have 115 for plastic guns, but yeah,
For plastic guns.
Yeah, not for the good guns. You know.
So, all right, let me ask you another question. What gun were you totally shocked by last year that you picked up? You're like, this gun's gonna suck ass, and it was like, wow, this is a really good gun. What surprised you?
Oh, and what they call a budget 2011, okay, or 1911 double stack, the Bursa.
Oh, I got one. I'm coming. It'll be here.
The most surprising gun.
I picked it up and shot, and I was like, I told Raphael, I was like, God dang, this is a sweet gun.
And I don't remember the MSRP last year, but I think it was
$1,500.
Was it that much?
It's 14 plus tax.
14. Yeah. I got there was two colors, black or stainless. I got the stainless one. And as I do always, I do all upgrades. So what happens is I buy them the way they are. I shoot them 800 to 1,000 rounds the way they come, and get a good review on it and get a good baseline on it. Then I decide what I'm going to do. It's always going to have a grip swap because I'm not going to shoot a plastic grip on a 2011.
The Bursa is coming next soon with this metal grip.
With a metal grip?
Yeah, it'll be out in a few months. 2 months.
The one you're getting?
I hope so. I don't know.
Oh man, that'll be sweet. I need to see that. I didn't see the metal grip on the Bursa.
But I picked it up off the shelf, and I was telling Mike about it. I was like, people are sleeping on this gun. $1,400, and it's super tight. It was super. I mean, I was blown away. I was like, wow.
The slide to frame fit on it is very good. The barrel fit is even better. The accuracy is, 15 yards offhand, 1.5 inch group, just goofing off on my ammo test. The Bursa surprised me. I thought it would be an upper end, okay budget gun. To me, it blew the Prodigy away. It blew the Mac-9 away. Even though it wasn't ported or comped, it hung with the Romulus, the Alpha Foxtrot Romulus.
Yeah.
I upgrade them all. And the Bursa now, I did a upgrade on it called the Bursa Raptor. We designed a Raptor package, which is aggressive slide serrations, polishing it, and combo porting. It's V8 ported and chunk ported. Has a double port system.
Did Cossaint do that for you?
No, TDS Gunworks. You'll need to know this guy, Trenton at TDS Gunworks in Wyoming. He does all the some high end. I'm going to call it art with metal, So he did the slide cuts and the pockets, the polishing, and then we decided on a V8 port and then a chunk port where the front sight would be. We just took the front side off and put a medium-sized chunk port there. Kind of like who is it that does the Grandmaster Genghis comp, where it's a.
So what does it shoot like now?
It shoots. It'll hang right with a Staccato XC for less than half the price.
That's a bold statement.
Oh, I know, because my Staccato XC used to be like my 20th favorite gun out of my 2011 collection. It was not. It was. I don't think it was in the top 20. The XC was not in the top 20. Everybody give me shit for that.
Well, how many? So ballpark, how many 2011s do you have? Somewhat.
60.
It's not bad. Pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe
is 60. The Bursa comp currently available? That's what's being displayed at SHOT Show.
No, it wasn't available as of last week.
No. Soon, though.
Yeah. Did they say second quarter? I can't remember what. I talked to so many people. The Bull comp, which was supposed to be here last SHOT Show, they said 2025. Now, did you talk to Bull this time?
No.
I stopped by. This time they swore first quarter for the black one and second quarter for the silver.
I never got so much hate in my life is when I shot a Bull Armory and it was their attack light or whatever, and I didn't like it.
The ultra light.
Yeah, I thought it was
that little tiny one.
I didn't like it.
Yeah,
people were like, "You're an idiot! It's the best gun ever."
The They're the full size guns. I like the full size gun. The little subcompact to me is too small, but I don't like any of the small, like the little 3-inch guns.
I don't know if it was the ultra compact. I know it was a compact.
Well,
but it
they
wasn't-
have a EDC light, and then they have the ultra light.
I think it was the EDC light.
Yeah, that
I don't know. It was Mike's gun.
yeah, that must have been
Most of the guns I shoot on my channel are Mike's guns.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah, all
damn.
the cool guns.
Well, when you come to North Carolina to shoot with me, bring Mike with you.
Don't tempt him.
Yeah.
He'll do it. He'll do it. We actually went to a gun show together. We went up to what was that called? Iraq and veteran, the IV 88 event in Georgia. That's always a fun time. They didn't have it last year, but that's a fun event.
Yeah, there's we've got all kinds of huge outdoor ranges around here. That's what we kind of do, is mostly outdoor. And then we'll set up my truck. I carry my own steel and stand, so we'll set up an array of steel and paper so we can have different tests or different drills or different training.
So it's Scope and Dare over here. If they do a indoor steel match,
yeah, steel
on
challenge.
the 100 yard, and they do frangible ammo.
Oh, cool.
But you can go in there and shoot stages on steel targets indoors in the air conditioning.
No way.
And if I call them a day ahead of time, they'll put a steel plate on one of the bays, and I can go shoot steel.
But frangible, right?
No, they'll just they said don't be a moron and go walk up to it. You'll be okay.
You're talking about pistol caliber.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pistols or PCCs. Do you like PCCs?
I love them.
What's your favorite?
Price wise or just all around?
All around, reliability, accuracy, fun. Let's just say like not super custom, like under $2,000.
I was gonna say my SIG.
MPX.
Yeah, my SIG MPX is
Yeah.
suppressed. It's got to be the funnest gun I own.
Do you have the carbine or you have the little short one, the pistol?
I have the 4-inch barrel.
Oh yeah, I have the 16-inch barrel.
But the suppressor though, baby. Oh
yeah,
mama, that thing is fun. And then for reliability and just fun, the Springfield, the Kuna, I think is an absolute bargain.
Yeah.
For what you get. The Kuna is a great gun. And then I'm getting the Kel-Tec Sub 2000 suppressed, the CQB one.
Oh yeah, the one that's integrally suppressed.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm just itching.
Yeah, the other ones, they fold, that kind of fold in half, a little odd and all that. They're pretty cool. Did you try the Smith & Wesson, that one that's the folding?
Yes.
Did you think it shot okay?
Yeah. I didn't like the buttstock. It's too wide and goofy looking for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with the mag holders and all that.
It's funny because everyone talks so much shit about Kel-Tec. Oh, Kel-Tec suck, blah, blah, blah. But if you look, I mean, they're always trying new weird stuff. And I don't, if Kel-Tec hadn't come out with the Sub 2000, I know that Smith probably never would have existed.
Yeah. Well, I was talking a little junk about it myself. I hate to admit it. So a friend of mine had one, and he said, come with me. We went over to the 200-yard range, and there was two 12-inch steel gongs, 200, 12-inch. And he said, I'm going to hit those gongs with this Sub 2000. I said, 9mm. I said, no, you're not. He said, I said, I'll buy lunch if you can hit it. He said, how many chances do I get? I said, well, how many do you think you need? He said, just give me 5 shots. I said, you can hit it 1 time out of 5. He said, yep, I can hit it 1 time out of 5. I said, I'll bet you lunch you can't. Dang if he didn't hit it on the 4th and 5th shot 2 times at 200 on a 12-inch.
I got a Sub 2000 in 5.7 by 2.8. So let me tell you, if you take your kids to the range and you're shooting 5.7 by 2.8, don't leave them unsupervised, because my son went through about 4, almost 5 boxes while I was talking to the RSO, and I come back and he thinks it's 22, and he's burning through these $45 a box. He's burning through them, man. He goes, "This is the best gun ever, Dad." I'm like, God bless it.
Hey, listen,
$200 down the tube.
When I used to take the kids or the grandkids to the range, I had to teach them to load their own mags, because if I handed them a mag with 15, 20, or 30 rounds in it, it lasts like 3 seconds, and they're wanting another one. Then I'm wearing myself out loading mags, so I had to teach them. So now they don't run through near as much when they got to load their own mags.
All right, Jordan in the chat has a question. He says, are staccatos worth the price? And before you answer that, Mike says, it was that the gun I shit on was the ultralight. On the staccato question, is it worth it? Not the new HD comp, in my opinion. Hold on, my thing is not working. 3,500 is too much, and for me, there's so many cool 2011s out there. But if I wanted a duty gun, a drag through the mud, I would love to get a Staccato XL still. I had one for about a week, and I had to. I got rid of it, unfortunately. That deal didn't go through. It fell through, and it's one of my biggest regrets. I really wanted that XL.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people about that with that exact question he just asked, and the consensus is it's probably about $800 to $1,000 too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you know,
like I think the C2 for 2,200 would be a great gun. Incredible. The XL for same price. I think Staccato to me is a $2,500 gun max.
Yeah. Yeah, especially since they only have about 900 in them.
Yeah, right. There's not a whole, maybe 900.
Yeah,
remember, it's a production gun. There's no hand fitting in that.
Exactly.
Like 2 seconds of some guy throwing a slide on a frame. All right, let's talk about our good friend Greg at Cossaint Arms. I like Greg a lot. Have you seen my videos I did on Cossaint?
The first one I saw you ever did it was the upgraded Brat.
It wasn't a Brat, but it
was a Girsan.
The Girsan, yeah.
Yeah.
So my
the green one, he painted it green.
Yeah, he went bananas on it. And so my buddy Mike here, he bought a couple of Cossaints. We were at the range and I shot him, and that was probably one of the first dozen or so 2011s I ever shot. And I was like, wow, this gun is incredible. And through the channel, I met Greg, and then I saw him at SHOT. And then the guy is just real. Him and his wife are such genuine people. And boy, did he marry up. And
he'll tell you that.
Nah, he's a smart guy. And he's just a genuine God. You could, when he talks about his guns, you can feel the passion that he feels about Cossaint. And man, he turned that Girsan from a pretty okay gun to an absolute monster. I just wish it was a little heavier.
Yeah.
But man, that gun, he turned it around. It looks so good. He went crazy on it. And it's one of my favorite guns. I'll never get rid of that gun, ever.
I saw that gun when it was in production up there at his shop.
Really?
I go to see Greg about 10, 12 times a year. I'm up there about once a month.
I'd love to go up and bug him at his shop and do a video at his shop.
Yeah, I tell you, he would enjoy that. He has a whole pistol line called the Havocs, HAVOCs.
I saw that. I saw that. Gee, wonder where
I went up there and met with him years ago and said, tell me about your pistol. And I had shot about 10 of his pistols at an event. And I said, hey, I like these, but I need this, and this. He said, we don't do that. I said, well, let's do something. So I designed a porting system. And I said, look, he said, well, I can't do one of these. I said, look, I'll buy 5. I'll buy 5 pistols. I want 5 identical pistols. If it takes 5 to get this gun made, I'll commit to 5. I'm not going to keep. I'll sell them to friends, whatever. So we did. That's how the Havoc line began, with the special porting, and that's how Greg and I met. Is I said, let's do this, and and he started doing the upgrades like your Gerson, like yours, and we did the first Match X together when the Gerson did the Match X. My Match X is not a lightweight gun. It's a steel frame, where even though from Gerson, it's a aluminum frame.
Right.
So I made mine as close to a Staccato XC as possible and did the comparison. And my Gersan outshot my XC. So then I had to send my XC to Greg to get it upgraded so it could compete back with the Match X. That's how good the upgrades are.
I got a gun over at his shop now.
What did you send to him?
It's a secret.
Uh-oh. Well, I'll just go up there and look. No, just kidding.
No, but I can't wait to get it back. And I think the guy does a phenomenal work.
Well,
Does
you know
great.
his roots in the 2011 business, don't you?
Yeah, he was original. That one company.
Yeah, exactly. He was the CEO of STI
Yeah,
before they became Staccato,
yeah. So
right during the heyday of the DVC and the DVC Limited.
yeah. So he kind of knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does. And it's got. I mean, I know every one of his people there. I mean, I break bread with him. You'll go up there, spend a day, work with the machinist on some designs. We design a pistol and get a couple made. He's got one of mine. I'll be picking up probably within the next 10 days.
Oh, well, then you'll see my gun there. Hopefully.
If it's top secret, he'll have it where the public can't see it, But
no, it's not top secret, but it's something I saw a variant of it, and I'm like, okay, I got to send mine to Greg now because.
So if you go on Covert's website, they have some COSINTs called the DVC Legacy. It's paying homage to the past from from the STIs, right? And it's called a DVC. He's got a 3.5 and a 5-inch currently.
Really,
that's good, but it's a kind of that Covert is, the exclusive distributor of those right now is what I understand. It has the remember the dragon scale polymer grip from the old days.
Yeah.
Dragon scale grip, right there from Extreme Shooters there. I think down in your neck of the woods. That makes the grips that used to make them for STI. It does these hand stippling of them.
Oh yeah, it's funny. I think he put one of those on the green one because he said it was a batch he had made, and he had one of the last grips he had made. I want to say it was that same guy.
Yeah, what probably was a guy out of Texas. I believe.
Yeah, he was out of Texas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do you still have that green gun?
Absolutely.
That was a good project. I enjoyed that video, but I enjoyed the gun, as well.
Yeah, there's certain things that have because you can always get an XC. You can always get even a Titan. You can always get these guns made, but something that's custom that has your kind of stink on it. I mean, it lasts forever.
And mine even all mine are custom serial numbers. Some of them are one-on-one prototypes. I got a bunch of from not just COSINT, but lots of manufacturers. You'll see my serial number is like 1X or 01X, X for experimental.
Oh man, so let me tell you, I had a custom 2011 made, custom everything. It was one of one, and it was the biggest piece of shit I've ever had. Yeah. I didn't sign an NDA, but I can't even say this shop out loud.
Yeah.
I sent it back, got my money back. It was so terrible. I wanted to cry. I waited a few months for it, and I got it, and I was so happy, and it's a piece of shit. It looked good.
Just wouldn't shoot?
It just wouldn't shoot.
Oh,
then he goes, well, you got to shoot high-pressure ammo out of it, because the thing just would stick. It just wasn't machined well.
No. The thing is, they should shoot good. To me, performance first, aesthetic second.
100%. 100%.
That's where I'm at. Performance first. So,
it should just work.
Yeah, because I've got that. Picked it up today. The Race City Defense, the Core, CORE, that new model they introduced at SHOT Show.
Yeah, the Core.
I just put the Loctite's drying now, so I can shoot it tomorrow. I follow the rules.
Do you wait? I never wait.
I do. How many times have you been hit in the head with an optic?
Never.
Chuck is in the chat. Chuck, I'm telling on you. He said Greg's my man. Chuck's done a lot of business with COSINT as well. Has several pistols and modifications from COSINT as well. He does a lot of porting and performance upgrades for us since he's right here, local to us. I mean, 2.5 hours. That's local for us. Oh
man, I'd be up there all the time.
Chuck was shooting a rather expensive. Well, no, it was a GTO. It was a borrowed GTO. We were testing that day. The optic flew off. Chuck was wearing prescription glasses, and it hit him right in the lens of the glass, the heavy optic. My camera was filming. I didn't see it. We just had the camera running for it was called a Sunday Gun Day Fun Day, what we do all the time, just for fun. So we're just filming all of us. You walk up there, push the button, you film yourself. When you're done, the camera was running the last guy forgot to turn it off. We caught that on tape. The optic coming off, Chuck flinching, the optic flying to the ground, hit him right square. If he hadn't had glasses on, it would have took his eye out.
How does the optic fly off? Wouldn't you feel it shake a little bit as it got loose?
Have you ever seen how fast we shoot? You can't even
Fair
see
point.
that.
Fair point.
I mean, no way. No, so Chuck, I mean, and he got hit in the head. Then they give me the gun. Now I had to shoot. I was the only one that didn't get to shoot it with the optic because it flew off. I had to shoot the gun. It was the first day we shot the gun. That P211 GTO SIG. There was no Loctite on the screws, or they weren't dried right or whatever. I don't know.
Good. So the Armsman in the chat has a question. Is there a video of this custom 2011? Which one, Armsman? We've been talking about a lot of different guns.
The Armsman, I know him.
There's quite a few. All right. So let me ask you a question and tell the Armsman. So what's next on your list? Or if you had unlimited budget right now, what would you pick up? Like what is a dream gun that you're like, man, I wish I could get this gun. Boom. You can have it in your hands tomorrow.
I'm almost done with buying guns from a manufacturer. I'm not. I can't say I'm done. I'm almost done. What I'm doing is designing them and having them built now. So I just decided that I'm to that point now that like the one I just introduced, the Havoc X Comp, the Vector, from budget to baller is what I'm doing. But if I had to buy one that that's a production gun or a custom gun, it would be a toss up between probably a Venom custom, the Venom quad port, or it would probably be that. Since I already have the Hayes, it would probably be a Venom quad port or the or Rafferty.
Oh wow!
Yeah, those that would be. I've shot them both. They're extremely nice. They are as aesthetically pleasing as any gun you can buy, in my opinion. But after the ones I'm committed to already, which is the Knox 9, which is on order, and then I got 2 custom guns that are in process. After that, I don't think I'm going to just buy like a store-bought gun, so to speak. It's just going to be.
I think I'm going to. You're right. It's funny because Mike was saying that the other day. He goes, "I'm done buying guns." Because there's nothing too exciting anymore. It's all about the custom cool stuff now.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about that. Like my Havoc X Comp that I designed from the ground up, and every single part in it was all purpose designed for that gun, and it shoots as amazing as anything. And it's at coating now. I couldn't help but shoot it. When the builder sent it to me, it was still in the just raw metal, just silver color, just uncoated metal. I oiled it up and took it to the range and shot it. Chuck shot it and immediately said, "Can I get one?" And then another guy, so that they're already in build now, and mine's at coating now, getting the DLC and the rose gold treatment, so for protecting and beautifying the gun.
Oh, the Armsman says, "I know Major Havocs are gems."
Yeah, those.
And to have a gun named after you is pretty cool.
Yeah, we got lots of them. My Black Diamond is a masterpiece. I think that's the one that they're talking about. The gem. It's an all diamond faceted, polished black, 2011 ported island barrel. It is black and rose gold. It's on my channel. It's called the Black Diamond.
I'll have to check that out.
It's an amazing gun, one of a kind. But but the Havoc will be a production gun, not production, but the special order available. Let's say.
Nice.
Yeah,
I tell you what, bud. It's about that time. I think my kids are staring at me through the office window. That means it's time for quick. I think we're going to start a movie tonight. We just got to do Popcorn Maker. So my son is dying to break this sucker in.
So what are you an hour behind us out here? You're
I'm about an hour behind. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's not
ready
bad.
for me.
That's not bad.
And we stick them in bed. So I think we're gonna pop some. We're gonna test out this fancy popcorn machine. It's big, so we're gonna test this sucker out, and then probably call it a night. But let's run this back in a few weeks, man. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
man.
even in a couple weeks. I'm gonna grab that gun. I think when Greg gets a project gun, man, he's really fast on that turnaround.
Yeah. How long's it been? How long?
Oh, he got it last week, so I figured 2-3 weeks. I might get it
Yeah,
back.
yeah. That's
maybe
that's
4.
about right.
Yeah. So as soon as I get it back, I'll come back on. We'll have you back on the show. And again, hold on. Let me put your link in the channel. If you are not a subscriber to Major Havoc's Gun Reviews, I just put a link in the channel. Please click like, subscribe. He's going to actually figure out his AdSense this week.
Yeah.
And,
it's on there. It says I got to do complete something. So we'll figure it out.
It's super easy.
So, well, I tell you what, man, I appreciate it. This is enjoyable. I hate I'm mostly just 1911 and 2011s, but I've got other stuff, but these are just exciting to me.
Oh, man, that's all honestly, I love those guns. But when you do a video on them, oh, that's another discussion. We can go all down that rabbit hole. They're too expensive.
Well,
a lot of hate.
Yeah, it is what it is. What it is.
It is what it is.
Know, so.
All right, bud. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And man, till next time, guys.
All right, man. Everybody have a good night.